Okay, and good morning. Welcome to Lower Body Friday. Right, let's find ourselves a space and get ourselves warmed up. Just going to start by just jogging gently on the spot. Again, just getting our heart rate up just that little bit. Just going from not moving to moving, potentially from being asleep to awake, depending on whereabouts in the world you are right to now in time. Okay, that's it. Nicely done. Into some star jumps, some jumping jacks. Oh, got anything that can kind of get those big joints moving. Again, all about kind of moving those arms, moving your legs, get that synovial fluid flowing. And then from there, back, just jogging gently on the spot. Okay, kick those out. Morning, Luana.
Oh,
Okay,
waking
so
up.
this, I'm still breaking up, am I? Oh dear. Well, hopefully the internet will sort itself out. We'll see how we get on. Right, so today we're going to do 5 exercises, specifically looking at our lower body. So when we talk about our lower body, we're looking at our quads on the front of our legs, hamstrings on the back of our legs, and our glutes today, so our back sides. And these are kind of some of the biggest muscles we have in our entire body. So they're really good for exercising and using energy. And they're also great for all the locomotion that you do, all the walking, the running, the skipping, the jumping, whatever it is that you do on a day-to-day basis. So we're going to start off by working our hamstrings. So these are the muscles down the backs of our legs, allow us to raise our leg up. We're going to start off with some stiff leg deadlifts. So this is keep ourselves feet shoulder width apart, getting that back nice and straight. So hold your shoulder blades back. Keep the weights just in front of you. We're just going to pivot our hips, keeping our back straight, and just feel that kind of stretch down the back of our hamstrings. Once we get as far as we can, we're then going to squeeze our hamstrings to raise ourselves back up into that straight position. So again, if you look at that from the side, keep my back nice and straight, going down, get into that kind of stretch position. And once you've got as far as you can, squeeze and bring yourself back up. You may be able to touch the ground, you may not be able to touch the ground, that's perfectly okay. The idea is not necessarily touching the ground, it's just getting that feeling down the back of your hamstrings. From there, we're going to go into some goblet squats. So take your feet just slightly wider than shoulder width. So mine are roughly in line with where my hands are. Bring the weights up onto your chest. And I'm going to go down into a squat position by pushing our backside backwards and then squeeze the ground to drive the floor away. So if you look at that from the side, again, pushing the backside backwards into that kind of seated position. And once we've got there, squeeze your quads to feel the ground get pushed away. As you bring yourself up, you squeeze your quads, which allows you to get that straightening for your legs. As you get to the top, squeeze your buttocks, your glutes, which will engage your hips. And that's your kind of stop position. So you should move from being kind of bent over into being nice and straight. So again, with that, all the way down, and again, all the way back up. That nice positive kind of movement. Once we've completed that, we're going to still work on our quads. We're going to move into some step ups. You can put the weights down if you wish for this, or you can have them still in your hand. It'll work either way. But you'll need a step or a box or something that you can be able to step onto. And we're doing the same movements. So squeezing our quads to raise ourselves up. And then once we've got to the top, control yourself, lowering yourself back down, allowing your quads to stretch out. And the same with the other side. All the way up. As you get to the top, squeeze your glutes so you can engage your hips and stop that movement, and then back down. So it's just repeating those movements all the way through it. Once we've completed that, we're going to go into some Y stand squats. We'll probably use these just body weight. So the feet need to be double shoulder width apart. So before, when your feet were around about where your hands are, now they want to be double shoulder width apart. Keep your hands high on your chest. Same thing though, going back into that seated position. Again, all the way down. Squeeze your quads to drive yourself back into the air. What I try to do is I try to get my elbows to touch my knees as I'm going down. This is a bit of a personal measure. So again, looking at that from the side, into that seated position, push the ground away, and engage the hips at the end. Sorry, squeeze your glutes to engage your hips at the end. Stop. And our final exercise, one that everybody always complains at me about, but it's so good for you, we're going to do it anyway, and that is lunges. So find yourself 2 marks on the ground, roughly that kind of stride in front of you. Then you're going to step forwards. You're going to drop your weight down so your back knee's almost touching the ground. And then with your front leg, squeeze that quad to drive yourself backwards. Then repeat exactly the same on the opposite leg. All the way down, squeeze and bring yourself all the way back up. So if you look at this from the side, again coming forward, dropping that back knee down, it's not touching the ground, it's only partially there, and squeeze that front quad to bring yourself back into position. Again, exactly the same on the other leg. Okay, any questions? Other than I don't like lunges. Okay, in which case, we're all good. We'll start on set number 1. We're going to do 4 sets as usual, 10, 10, 12, and 15. Starting with our stiff leg deadlifts. Hold your weights or anything you've got for resistance. Keep your shoulders back nice and straight. Really concentrate on the feeling in your hamstrings. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now from there into our goblet squats. So bring the weights high on our chest, feet at shoulder width, just like wider than shoulder width apart. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. From there into our step ups. So again, find yourself a step. Same set of feelings, so really concentrate on that feeling in your quads. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay, and from there, stepping into our wide stance squats. So feet double shoulder width apart, again pushing your backside backwards into that seated position. Keep your arms high and your chest high throughout. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And now into our lunges. So find those 2 marks on the ground, just so you've got that space, so you know you're going to always have each and every stride length to be the same. So same strength, right strength going forward, same depth as you go down from the first to the last rep. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay, right, let's have a break, grab a drink, pop the timer on. There we go. How was that for everybody?
The last one was difficult because I have problems with my left big toe.
Ah, yes, I remember. Difficult but not impossible, hopefully.
Yeah, I can't just, I can't go down, but not that far.
Yeah. Well, just take it as far as you can. So this is where we just adapt for our own biomechanics for our own bodies, because everybody's body is different, right? So even things like, for example, feet position. There used to be a lot of instruction in the past where you had to have your feet in very rigid areas, but actually realizing today that actually because of the way people's hips are positioned, leg length, etc., that does vary quite dramatically with people. So for some people, especially with things like the white stone squats, you might find your feet are splayed more, or other people might have them more straight. So have a think about that as we're going into our second set. So back into our stiff leg deadlifts. So grabbing hold of our weights. And again, these are stiff legs, so if you need to have a slight bend in your knees to make that work, that's perfectly okay. So it's not kind of trying to keep things directly straight. Main thing here is really concentrate on that feeling in your hamstrings. So feel them stretch as you go down and squeeze as you bring yourself back up. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and from there, bring your weights up onto your chest as we go into our goblet squats. So keeping our chest nice and high. You can concentrate on that feeling in your quads, the muscle down the front of your legs, as you let them stretch on the way down and squeeze on the way back up. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. From there, moving into our step ups. Again, still keep that feeling in your quads. That's the muscle we're able to zone in on. Really fire as many of those muscles as you can as you push that step away. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay. And from there into our wide stance squats. So feet double shoulder width apart. Again, if your feet turn out, perfectly okay. Like for me, I usually try and aim to get my elbows back to my knees, but really concentrate on that feeling in your quads. Stretching on the way down, squeezing as you drive the floor away. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now into our lunges. And again, adjust these as you do need to. For some people, for example, if your balance is off, it's okay, hold on to something if you need to. Perfectly good. Just make sure, again, you're doing it to the best of what you can. Feel it in your quads as you allow them stretch on the way down and squeeze on the way up. I'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Okay, have a break, grab a drink, put the good old timer back on. All right, how was that? Oh, good, excellent. Always nice to hear. And that's it, almost the weekend. So hopefully you guys have got a good weekend planned, whether that's doing something exciting, whether it's doing something interesting, or whether it's just having a nice relaxing one. However, if you've got a whole weekend full of DIY, sorry, but I do know how that feels sometimes. Actually, I quite enjoy doing some DIY. It's I've watched my dads do it over the years, and I kind of learned all the things not to do. Things like don't fall off ladders. That really hurts. That's a bad idea. And make sure you've always got the right equipment and the parts you need before you start the job. Always a good thing. Because in life you can either be a example or a warning. So there's always good things out of everything. Speaking of good things, let's go into set number 3. So back into our stiff leg deadlifts. So we've kind of worked on our form, we've worked on our feeling and connections. Now we're going to work on the timing a bit. So nice and slow on the way down. Really feel that stretch down the back of your hamstrings. And then fast and powerful on the way back up. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And from there, into our goblet squats. So weight's back on our chest. Again, speed-wise, slow on the way down. Really feel those quads stretch out, and fast and powerful on the way up as you squeeze as many of those muscle fibers as you can. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, moving on to our step ups. Same feeling, it's all in those quads. Timing wise, this is just nice and rhythmic, just like walking or walking upstairs even. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Okay. Moving from there back into a space for our wide stance squats. Timing is still the same. We're still using gravity. So slow on the way down. Feel those quads stretch. Fast and powerful on the way up. Really squeeze them. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Then to the last exercise of this set, which is our lunges. So same speed as well. Slow on the way down, fast on the way back up. We'll start these in 3, 2, 1. And 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. Okay, have a break, grab a drink, pop the timer on. We may go over by 1 or 2 minutes today. I know we've been really good on timing so far this week, but today's not going to be quite as good. Leg day always seems to be like that.
I will skip most of the next exercises because otherwise I know that I can't walk in the weekend.
No worries, understood. And again, it's good to know that, when you kind of reach the point you can't do anymore, or for example, if you've got something else going on. I was having a chat with Dom earlier this week because my training load's gone down because I've got the race at the weekend, and I was saying, you can't do everything, right? So you've got to proportion your time, proportion your effort. So if you've got things like a race coming up or an event that you're doing, you need time for that. And same, for example, from the recovery side of things, if you've done something big, then you're not going to have as much energy. So, and that something big doesn't necessarily always need to be exercise. It could be, for example, something that's happened in your life. It could be something that's kind of like a stressful event. So it's really listening to everything that's happening in your life, because everything that happens in your life is happening to you, right? It's kind of what's going on, and therefore you have to respond back to it and act accordingly. So some weeks you're going to feel absolutely smashing, and it's going to be smashing it. Other weeks it's just never going to work, and just have to say, okay, that's cool. I'm having one of those weeks, and I'll do what I can to be the best I can.
Yeah,
Speaking.
I didn't do lower body for more than half a year, I think.
Well, you do a lot of running as well, so.
Yeah, I did the running, but those exercises are different.
They are. And these complement it very, very well. Speaking of compliments, well done for getting to set number 3. Now I have to do set number 4. So back to it. Our last and final set. And again, we've got 15 reps on these. If you don't manage to do 15 reps, it's not an issue. Again, just put in what you can, get as far as you can. So, you're better off getting to the point where you fail than it is that you get to the point where you don't. Because that's where your adaptations start. So we'll start bringing it all together with our stiff leg deadlifts in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. And into our goblet squats. Weights up on our chest, feet just slightly wider than shoulder width. Slow on the way down, fast and powerful on the way up. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and into our step ups. And keep it nice and rhythmic. We'll probably increase the pace just a little bit. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15. Okay. Bring ourselves back into a space for our wide stance squats. Our feet double shoulder width apart. And again, low on the way down, fast on the way up. In 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Back into our final exercise, our lunges. 15 lunges, and then we're done ready for the weekend. And we'll start these in 3, 2, 1, and 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Whoa dear. 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. 11. 11. 12. 12. 13. 13. 14. 14. 15. 15. Okay, grab yourself a drink. And a great big congratulations for finishing a leg day. Right, all that's kind of left to say is enjoy the rest of Friday. Hopefully you'll be able to do the walking and things you want to do the weekend, and this won't affect it too much. I know I've got Parker in the morning and then the 10K race on Sunday. So I know that the work we've done today will help in those things for me over the next few days. And that's the thing, is everything you do every day on yourself is kind of feeding your future self. You're being good to your future self. So be good for yourself this weekend as well. Enjoy it. Find something amazing to do, something that makes you smile, something that makes you happy, something that makes you love the world and love life. So enjoy the day. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.